day, learners! How are you today? This is Teacher Georgina once again for the lesson in Math 5, Quarter 3, Week 1 on rate, base, and percentage. Math base. In this video, you will learn the three important terms when dealing with percent. These are rate, base, and percentage. You will be encountering these terms as you proceed.
After going through this lesson, you are expected to visualize percent and its relationship to fractions, ratios, and decimal numbers using models. Define percentage, rate, or percent and base. And identify the base, percentage, and rate in a problem.
I would like also to remind you of your values on honesty. We always say honesty is the best policy. You should be honest in checking your work in the different activities throughout the end of the video lesson.
So, to start with, let us first answer the following questions to check what you already know about the lesson. Are you ready? What are you waiting for? Get your pencil and paper to start. I will give you 5 seconds per item. You're going to choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. What does the word percent mean? A. It means per thousand. B. It means per hundred. C. It means per bundle. And D. It means per 10. The correct answer is B. It means per hundred. Number 2. Which of the following correctly illustrates 50%? A, B, C, and D. The correct answer is letter B. Number 3. What is 10% as a fraction? A, 10 over 10. B, 1 over 100. C, 10 over 100. And D, 10 over 1000. The correct answer is C, 10 over 100. Number 4. A decimal can be changed to percent by blank. A. Moving the decimal point 3 places to the left and annex the percent sign. B. Moving the decimal point 3 places to the right and annex the percent sign. C. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the left and annex the percent sign. And D. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the right and annex the percent sign. The correct answer is letter D. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the right and annex the percent sign. Number 5. Which element represents the whole? A. Base. B. Element. C. Percentage. And D. Rate. correct answer is A, base. Did you get it all correct? If you got a perfect score, excellent. But if you did not make it, don't worry. There are still many activities to do as we go on. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let us first recall what you learned last time by expressing the shaded parts in each grid or region in fraction form. Simplify if necessary. Bring out again your paper and pencil. I'll give you 10 seconds per item. Number 1. The correct answer is 8 over 40. Reduce it to its simplest form, making it 1/5. Number 2. The correct answer is 7 over 20. Number 3. The correct answer is 16 over 25. Number 4. The correct answer is 20 over 100 or 1/5. Did you get it all correct? Very good. In this lesson, you will learn how to visualize, define, and identify the base, percentage, and rate in a given problem. Let's read this situation. Kawi and Karti earned 100 pesos for selling junk. They gave 73 pesos to their mother and spent 27 pesos to buy cookies. From the situation, how did Kawi and Karti earn money? Very good. They earned by selling junks. How much did they earn? Yes, they earned 100 pesos. How did they spend their earnings? Very good. They bought cookies to eat. How much did they save? Yes, they saved 73 pesos, which they gave to their mother. Do you also save money like what Kawi and Karti did? Very good. Why do you need to save money? Yes, we save for our future needs. The figure below represents Kawi and Karti's earnings and savings. The 100 boxes show the total earnings, while the 73 shaded boxes represents the amount given to their mother. "73 out of 100 can be written as, in percent, 73%. In ratio, 73 is to 100. In fraction, 73 over 100, or 73 hundredths. In decimal, 0.73 or 73 hundredths. Percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. It comes from the Latin word percentum. It means per hundred and uses the symbol percent. Let's go to lesson 1. Visualizing percent and its relationship to fractions, ratios, and decimal numbers using models. Using grids or regions, how do we illustrate 73%? Let us find out. Out of 100 squares, 73 squares are shaded. Comparing the number of shaded parts to the whole, we have the ratio 73:100. Writing it as a fraction, we have 73/100 or 73 hundredths. We can also write it as a decimal 0.73 or 73 hundredths, and as a percent, 73%. The region below shows 27%. 27 out of 100 parts are shaded. 27:100 as a ratio, 27% as a percent, 27/100 as a fraction, and 27 hundredths as a decimal. To change a fraction with a denominator of 100 to percent, just write the numerator with the percent sign. Examples: 27/100 is equal to 27%. 40/100 is equal to 40%. 6/100 is equal to 6%. If the denominator of the fraction is a number other than 100, find its equivalent fraction such that its denominator is 100. Then change the fraction to percent. Examples: a whole was divided into 4 equal parts. 3 parts were shaded, so we have 3/4. Since the whole is equivalent to 100 and it was divided into 4 equal parts, each part should have 25. So we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 25. So we have 3, which is the numerator, multiplied by 25 over the denominator, which is 4 multiplied by 25, equals 3 times 25 is 75 over 4 times 25 is 100, equals 75%. We just affix the percent sign. Another example: a whole was divided into 2 equal parts. 1 part was shaded, so we have 1/2. Since the whole is equivalent to 100 and it was divided into 2, each part should have 50. Now we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 50. So we have the numerator, which is 1 times 50 over 2, which is the denominator, multiplied by 50, equals 1 times 50 is 50 over 2 times 50 is 100. Now, we're going to affix the percent sign, 50%. Another example, we have a whole was divided into 8 equal parts. 7 parts were shaded, so we have 7/8. Now, since the whole is equivalent to 100 and it was divided into 8 equal parts, each part should have 12.5. Now, we're going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 12.5. So, we have 7 times 12.5 over the denominator, which is 8 times 12.5 equals 7 times 12.5 is 87.5 over 8 times 12.5 is 100. Then we just affix the percent sign. So we have 87.5%. Another way is to divide the numerator by the denominator. Then change the decimal quotient to percent. Example, 3/4 is equal to 3 divided by 4. Let's divide 3 by 4. We have 0. It cannot be. So we add a decimal and a cipher, then put a decimal. It should be aligned there above. Then proceed to division. So we can divide 30 by 4. We have 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. Let's add another cipher. Then bring down the 0. So we have 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Now, 20 minus 20 is equal to 0. Our quotient there then is 75 hundredths. Then we're going to change the decimal to percent. So we have 75%. Another one, 1/2. We have there 1 divided by 2. Let's divide 1 by 2. We have 1 divided by 2, cannot be. So we put 0 above, it should be aligned. Then we add a decimal and ciphers. Then put a decimal there above. It should be in line with the decimal below. Then proceed. We can now divide 10 by 2. We have 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Then 0 divided by 2. So cannot be, so we put there 0. Now our quotient there then is 50 hundredths. Now we can change the decimal to percent. So we have 50%. To change a decimal to percent, Move the decimal point 2 places to the right and annex the percent sign. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the right is the shortcut for multiplying the decimal by 100. Examples. We have 38 hundredths. We move the decimal point 2 places to the right. We have 1, 2. Then drop the decimal point, then affix the percent sign. We have 38%. Another one, 90 hundredths. We move the decimal point 2 places to the right. We have 1, 2. Then drop the decimal point and then affix the percent sign. So we have 90%. Another one, 325 thousandths. We're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Again, we have 1, 2. So the decimal point should be between 2 and 5. So we have 32.5%. To change a percent to a decimal, move the decimal point 2 places to the left and drop the percent sign. Moving the decimal point to the left is the shortcut for dividing the number by 100. Examples, 51%. You're going to drop the percent sign, then change it to decimal, then move the decimal point 2 places to the left. We have 1, 2. So it becomes 51 hundredths. Another one, 3%. Drop the percent sign, and since there is only one digit, we need to add a cipher. So we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, 1, 2. So it becomes 3 hundredths. Let's come to lesson 2, defining and identifying percentage, rate, and base. Every percent problem has 3 elements, namely percentage, rate, and base. Let's take a look on this sentence. 60% of 5 is 3. 60% is the rate, 5 is base, and 3 is the percentage. Percentage is a part of the whole. Base refers to the total value or the whole. Rate is the number with the percent sign. Let's have another example. 15% of 80 is what number? 15% is the rate because it has the percent sign. 80 is the base because it is the whole. The unknown or the missing value is the percentage. And what is it? Very good. It's 12. Another example, 17 is 85% of 20. Which one is the base, rate, percentage? 85% is the rate because it contains the percent sign. 20 is the base because it is the whole. And 17 is the percentage because it is a part of the whole. Let us study the following examples. We have here base, rate, percentage. 45 is 15% of 300. The base is 300, the rate is 15%, and the percentage is 45. Next, 75% of 32 is 24. The base is 32, the rate is 75%, and the percentage is 24. 90 is 50% of 180. The base is 180, the rate is 50%, and the percentage is 90. Let's go to activity 1. Directions. Give the fraction, decimal, percent, and ratio for the shaded parts in each grid or region. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. You're given 10 seconds per item, or you may pause the video to answer each item. Let's first have this example. There are 100 squares and 48 squares are shaded. So for the fraction, we have 48 over 100. But you need to reduce this to its simplest form. We divide both numerator and denominator by 4. So we have 12 over 25. For the decimal, we have 48 hundredths. Percent, we have 48%. And for the ratio, we have 48 is to 100 or 12 is to 25. Start with number 1. The answers here are 36 over 100. Reduce it to lowest term. So we have 9 over 25. For the decimal, we have 36 hundredths. In percent, we have 36%. And for the ratio, we have 36 is to 100 or 9 is to 25. Number 2. The answers are 56 over 100 because there are 56 squares shaded. Reduce it to its lowest term. So we divide it by both numerator and denominator by 4. So we have 14 over 25. The decimal is 56 hundredths and 4%, 56%, and ratio 56 is to 100 or 14 is to 25. Number 3. for the fraction, we have 3/6, reduce it to its simplest form, 1/2. Decimal is 50 hundredths, percent, 50%, and ratio 3:6 or 1:2. Number 4. The correct answers are 3/8 for the fraction. Decimal is 375 thousandths. Percent, we have 37.5%. Ratio is 3:8. Let's go to activity 2, directions. Numbers 1 to 2, identify the base, rate, and percentage. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. Number 1. 17 is 85% of 20. Correct answers are base 20, rate 85%, and percentage 17. Number 2, 15% of 60 is 9. The correct answers are base 60, rate 15%, and percentage 9. Numbers 3 to 5. Write the unknown or missing element like percentage, base, or rate in the following problems. Number 3. 5% of what number is 60? The missing element is base. Number 4. 35 is what percent of 70? The missing element is rate. Number 5. 15% of 600 pesos is how much? The missing element is percentage. Did you get it all correct? Very good. What did you learn from this lesson? You learned that percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. It means per hundred. It comes from the Latin word percentum. The percentage is a part of the whole. That whole or total amount is called the base, and the number with the percent sign is the rate. Let us have an activity on what I can do. Bring out your pencil and a sheet of paper to start. You are given 5 seconds per item. Let's go to activity A. Answer the following questions. Number 1. In a mathematics test, Fadwang answered all the questions correctly. What percent of the test did he answer correctly? The correct answer is 100%. Number 2. What fraction of the cell phone's battery is used if the screen says that the remaining battery is 25%? The correct answer is 75 over 100 or 3/4. Number 3. Half of the class passed the summative test. What percent of the class did not pass the test? The correct answer is 50%. Letter B. Identify the rate, base, and percentage in the given problem. Here's the problem. Mother availed of a loan offered by their cooperative. She borrowed 18,400 pesos at 3% interest a year. She paid 552 pesos for the interest. The rate is 3%. The base is 18,400 pesos. And the percentage is 552 pesos. Did you get it all correct? Very good. Now, are you ready for another activity? Let us see how much you learned from the lesson. Bring out your paper and pencil to do this assessment. Here's the instruction. Read with me and understand each item. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You are given 5 seconds per item. Number 1. A decimal can be changed to percent by blank. A. Moving the decimal point 3 places to the left and annex the percent sign. B. Moving the decimal point 3 places to the right and annex the percent sign. Letter C. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the left and annex the percent sign. D. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the right and annex the percent sign. The correct answer is letter D. Moving the decimal point 2 places to the right and annex the percent sign. Number 2. Which statement best describes rate? A. It has the percent sign. B. It is a part of the whole. C. It always follows the word of. And D. It gives the total of the whole. The correct answer here is letter A. It has the percent sign. Number 3. What is base? A. It is written with a percent sign. B. It is a part or portion of a whole. C. It is otherwise known as percent. And D. It is the whole from which you take a portion. answer is D. It is the whole from which you take a portion. Number 4. How do you describe percentage? A. It has the percent symbol. B. It follows the word of. C. It names a part of the whole. And D. It represents the total number or the whole. The correct answer is letter C. It names a part of the whole. Number 5. Which element represents the whole? A. Base. B. Element. C. Percentage. And D. Rate. The correct answer is A. Base. Did you get a perfect score? Very good. You're almost done with the activities prepared for you today. I am very much happy and I would like to say congratulations for a job well done. I am going to give you an assignment. You may pause or stop the video as you do this activity. You are going to pass this to your teacher to check your work. Additional activities. Activity A, complete the table. We have here base, rate, percentage. Number 1, what is 12% of 15? Number 2, what percent of 120 is 48? Number 3, 3.5 is 25% of what number? And number 4, 130% of what number is 650? Activity B. Illustrate each of the following. Number 1, 9%. Number 2, 14 over 100. Number 3, 85 hundredths. And number 4, 75%.
I hope you learned a lot from our lesson on base, rate, and percentage. See you again in the next video lesson. Have a nice day.